Hi, hello, and welcome. I'm definitely not PG-1075, and you're watching me go from zero to hero on a Prot warrior into War Within Season 2. In this episode, I thought we'd give Mountain Thane a try, because I think Mountain Thane is going to be the way to go after all the nerfs that Colossus is getting. I also think Mountain Thane might be a little bit safer because it might be able to get a bit better uptime on Ignore Pain, although looking at my previous run, the last one that I did of Priory of Sacred Flame +8, I actually had 88% uptime and 85% uptime, so I feel like my uptimes were okay with Colossus, but I do want to give this a chance. I did also change a few things around in my build because I just realized, like, hey, you're being stupid. So I dropped this point in Battering Ram because after the nerfs from quite a while ago, it's just not worth it anymore. We moved that over to Enduring Alacrity, which gives us a bit of haste, stamina, and armor. And I also realized in general, regardless of me being Mountain Thane or Colossus, I don't actually want Thunderlord. The 5 yards on the radius don't really matter to me, and each enemy hit by Thunderclap reducing the remaining cooldown of Demoralizing Shout by 1.5 seconds up to 4.5 seconds. It actually desyncs the natural sync up that Demoralizing Shout and Demolish have, with both of them being 45 seconds. I do want Booming Voice, obviously, because I want to increase the damage being taken, but I don't really give a shit about the CDR. So that's something I've changed over to Show of Force. Show of Force is naturally just better for Mountain Thane, but I think it's going to be the choice for when we play Colossus again as well. I also moved Thunderous Words over to Champion Spear because I think it's nice to be able to keep targets grouped. I think it's going to be really cool in Dark Flame Cleft, so I'm going to keep it for that. And also, this doesn't do as much as I thought it would do. Sure, we have Rend and we have all that, but if I go over to my spells, you'll see Rend is not that significant for me, and neither is Deep Wounds, so having extra bleed damage I don't think is going to make the big difference. But we'll see what the damage breakdown looks like later on. I do think you still run Spear rather than this point because of the utility of the Spear and just it being a big-ish cooldown. Now that we have that out of the way, I am going to go ahead and just get started. I'm trying to finish off all the +8 keys that I need to do just because I like going step by step. It kind of gives me a few extra episodes for the series, so I don't have like a 2-episode series where I hit hero in no time. So we're going to go ahead and look for either a Floodgate or a Theater of Pain. Theater of Pain has been causing me a lot of pain, actually. I had some miserable runs in the previous stream. Speaking of which, you can check out the stream on twitch.tv/definitely_not_Vlad. I also stream on YouTube, but I've been hearing that the quality on YouTube kind of dips randomly for no reason, so your best bet is to go over to Twitch. I also respond to Twitch chat more quickly. Anyway, we do have an Operation Floodgate available, so I'm going to go ahead and queue up and start up the group for that and get ready to get one shot by the last boss by mismanaging my defensive cooldowns. Yay! And here we go with a Floodgate +8. Should be okay. Group's looking pretty good. You can see them in the bottom right corner of the screen. Pause if you need to. We're going to try and skip as much as we can here. I would like to target this. I'm trying to get some aggro here. I'm going to knock them all. I'm going to revenge. Yeet myself into here. Shield wall while I get all of my stuff. And there we go. That should be just about everything. Use Champion Spear here. Going to use Demoralizing Roar. Shout, whatever. And it's time to just spam. Spam the damn. Just spam Thunderclap, I think, is the whole build. Elitist Helper coming up from our friend here, which is super cool. We're gonna go ahead and quickly ignore this person. There we go. I don't like people who use Elitist Helper like that. It just doesn't make sense to me. But yes, so far, Thunderclap build, very simple, very effective. Love to see it. We're going to go down this side. I'm going to let somebody else click while I go and gather some mobs. Okay, we're going to charge the Contractor so I don't root the Surveyor so he can keep moving with me. And we're going to yeet something at that person, taunt this group, and we should be a-okay here to start sending our cooldowns. I do have AoE taunt if necessary. I do seem to be keeping aggro. That has been interrupted. I leaped over to try and interrupt it immediately, but it worked out. It looks... I kind of like this. I kind of like this. I don't have to think... Like, just my core rotation actually does all the damage, and I'm doing okay damage. It's not like I'm doing like way less damage or something like that. I'm actually really enjoying this build and setup. Maybe this is something that's for me. It's a little bit simpler than the big old demolishes coming out. And we also get extra slams, extra shield slams, which works really well with our tier set. And I'm really, really enjoying that. All right, we're going to go into these, taunt this, yeet something at them, and we're just dealing with the snipers here. That's what we're focusing on with the snipers. We're going to drop Champion Spear, trying to get aggro here on everything, making sure I kick this Inspector, leaping over to somebody over there, and now we actually can send all of our cooldowns. I should have sent my cooldowns sooner to be able to generate aggro a little bit better. We're going to Stormbolt that one. There we go. Lots of these swirlies coming out. It's something I should handle by stopping the reload a little bit better, but we're managing to get through just fine. Okay, there we go. The DPS honestly feels better. I think I was just not good at playing the Demolish build, or Colossus I should say. So that's probably the reason why why I had issues with it. But I think I like this build. It could also be just that these pulls are big, because this dungeon has some pretty beefy pulls. All right, let's get aggro on all of these adds. We're gonna drag to the corner here and want a demoralizing shout. Okay, that tank buster actually does hurt quite a bit, so I got to be a little bit more careful with that. But we're gonna focus up here a little bit. Lust was used on the first pull, which is understandable. The first pull is relatively big. You have the Shredation guy, so you want to make sure that dies immediately. The circle is going to come out soon, if I'm not mistaken. No, Electro Crush goes out first. I should be okay. I have everything pretty much ready to go. Ads are nearly dead. We have cooldowns ready. I'm going to use just about everything here. Spear, shield slam the bejesus out of this guy. Make sure we beat the crap out of him. Also want to use this and Thunderous Roar and this. There we go. Editing lad's gonna be real happy about me calling everything this, so he has to edit those things in, but we're gonna make it work. Now I should be moving. I'll move a little bit now. I want to get them. Can I spell reflect that? I can't spell reflect that. Okay, never mind. It's just a magic damage tank buster, of course, because what else? What other damage would it be? If it was physical damage, it probably wouldn't even hurt at all, so I understand. Very much enjoying this build, I'm gonna be honest with you. Just thunderclapping to win feels pretty dang good. I don't have to worry about, oh hey, do I have 10 stacks of Colossus? Do I need to be spamming Revenge to get the stacks back up? I don't have to do any of that. I'm gonna charge over. Ah, Jesus Christ, CR me quickly, otherwise this is gonna go south very fast. I'm trying my damnedest to kick that. Nobody else is kicking. Guys, you have kicks available. I stormbolted that one out of pure frustration. I'm trying just to get some way of interrupting it. The fact that nobody wanted to interrupt that ad felt insane to me, and I got electro crushed from behind, and that didn't feel that great. Okay, well that was my fault though. I didn't trust the group to kick, which I think may have been kind of the right call, because it looks like the other one also managed to get some casting done. All right, let's spear a couple of these, taunt one, a heroic throw, and let's get back to this. Electro Crush comes out. We're gonna use, I think it came just as all my active mitigation was falling off, which that's kind of irritating, but we'll make it work. Definitely struggling with these tank busters a little bit because it just kind of hurts a whole lot. Let's get Avatar back up and demoralizing shout. Somebody actually kicked this time. Beautiful. We have everything active and rolling here, so I don't take as much damage from that shield or electro crush. It looks like we're looking to finish off the boss here. Need that shield block back up. Distortion goes up and gets kicked immediately by yours truly, and we're going in for the next thing right away. Gizmo is drinking, Gizmo being our healer. There we go. Beautiful. Thunderous Blast is up, which means we might get some shield slam spam in here, which is great for our tier set, which is currently procced. Beautiful. Let's use a bit of a self heal. That gets interrupted, so I didn't use my shield or spell reflect. Just whatever. I'll use a spell reflect now. Reflect some of that damage. Beautiful uptime on the shield. That's just sick. Thunderblast coming in strong with the shield block resets, or not shield block, but shield slam resets. I'm just staring at my WeakAuras a little bit right now, which is maybe not the best call, but it's not a huge deal either. I'm going to separate this into two separate pulls because I don't trust myself otherwise. We're going to put a spear down in case the loader bots go after someone in the background. They've wound up and they're moving towards someone, but the spear keeps them in place. There's also a binding shot down, so they can't get away from that. That's beautiful. Very well executed by the group here. But yeah, I don't know. First impressions on this build, pretty damn solid. Really liking it. Although I do need to kind of maybe consider switching my priority for a violent outburst. So this talent that when I use 250 rage, my next shield slam or Thunderclap does 200% damage, or is it 200% extra damage? So far I've been using that for Shield Slam only because it just feels like the most effective damage into prio mobs and whatnot. So maybe I should switch that over to Thunderous Blast if that's the case, like if I have the ability to do that, in the sense of if it's worth it. I have to check and like test on the training dummies or something to really find out, but we're gonna find out and we're gonna put it to use if that's the case. All right, this group's just about dead. I'm gonna go this way and I'm gonna ping where we're going, just so that people know, because sometimes people want to go here and that just pulls a bunch of crabs and we don't want to have to deal with that. So we're going to pull this here. I am rooted, which is okay. We want to kill the scaffolding and then move into the next group. Anyway, there's the scaffolding. We're going to leap over. Thunderous Clap, or Thunderclap. What am I even talking about? We're going to Thunderous Roar, send all of my cooldowns here, and we want to get away from the crabs. I have aggro on this one architect. I'm trying to get aggro back. But I can't seem to do so because people are blasting a little too hard. Then again, I'm doing pretty good damage too. What the heck, man? Whoever says you need to be Colossus to do damage said it wrong. Then again, my sample size for Mountain Thane is literally 1 dungeon so far. Not even a whole dungeon. So maybe I'm just full of shit and should take a look at other runs before I just conclude that this is an easier spec to deal damage with. Alright, I do have a bit of extra percent in some of my other pulls, so we're just going to pull one group of surveyors here. I don't think more than that is necessary. I should get out of Shredation. Another one is going to go down here. Never mind, his flamethrowers all around now. I didn't move them enough. I should have moved them a bit more. We're going to interrupt that. The hunter beats us to it. That's alright. I'm going to use a defensive here and try and get my shield block back up. Let us move a bit to the side now for another Shredation. Another Shredation coming out. We're going to move right away. I moved a bit too soon, so I moved the spear or the thing with me, but it's not a big deal. Shield Slam this bad boy, then Thunderous Blast. Unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, but it's just kind of worked out that I did not have Thunderous Blast to see just how much damage it would do with the Violent Outburst. I don't want to send any more cooldowns into this pack because it's almost dead. So we're just going to go ahead and Shield Slam that bad boy. We have a CR available. We're going to start rezzing regularly, of course, because the combat is over. I'm going to try and focus my attention on Bront while trying to stand on top of Quick Fuse. So let's see how that works. We do have Bloodlust in 14 seconds, so we should probably make use of that here. Potentially, we'll see. The group is progressing through this dungeon very, very quickly. The DPS is insanely high. This is not normally. Okay, I gotta keep him on top of her. Big kaboom coming through. Now I have to keep attention here, pay attention here, and see when this is actually going, like when he's charging me. He's not charging me right now. I don't care. I can't get the Dispel, so I don't care about that. Not charging me right now. I think the third charge charges me. It's on me. We're gonna have to use a Dispel for this last bomb because there's no way to make him line up with that. Dispel goes out. It's on the hunter. Hunter gets dispelled. Beautiful. All bombs taken care of. Group knows what's up. I'd expect no less. These guys have done the same key level, and I'm assuming they did it this week with Tyrannical, so that is to be expected, that people know what's going on, because you kind of have to pay attention during Tyrannical on boss fights. Knockup takes care of 3 bombs. Amazing knockup. Let's see, where does the Demon Hunter take it? We're gonna rally. It was not enough. Never mind. Rally's on cooldown. No, it's not. I used rally. Last charge coming through, taking care of 1 bomb. 1 last charge on me. I'm gonna try and not point them at a bunch of people so they don't have to get run over. So I moved him over there because there's no more bombs left, and even if there was a bomb left, we get another Dispel after last charge, or around the time of the last charge. So there is that. I need to get that Ignore Pain up. Need to get my shield block up. Let's yeet over to her. What happened to me there? What happened to me? I think I got walloped while I was in the air, so that was a little bit weird. But I think we just stay on the boss now. We don't care about the charges. Charge might kill our friend here if he's not careful. Let us see if we can kill the bosses. Yes, we can. I'm going to go ahead and use the extraction button here while someone takes care of the other thing. We do need to kill this bad boy. Try and get that buff for us. I'm going to execute it. Shield slam with the thing. We are now out of combat. Hunter's going to take care of that. I'm going to start setting up the pull for the divers. We're going to do 2 packs of divers, and they're lined up perfectly. Okay, beautiful. Let's charge in, get some more. There we go. Okay, nice. I don't want to use spear here, but I will use other cooldowns. I really like this build. It takes some of the cognitive load off of managing my stacks, which for a puny ret main puny brain ret paladin main like me, that is a lot of coggy load. But with a group like this, honestly, everything seems pretty dang easy. All right, let's try and get all of these grouped up. They seem to be linked. We're going to spear them. We're going to spear them. We're going to spear them eventually. I don't have rallying cry here. I need shield block. I'm not the one who's in trouble here. So blinds are coming out. We're going to kick some. Jettison kelp. Let's see. There's going to be a jettison kelp coming up soon somewhere. We do have a blood elf, which removed all the buffs, I think. We're going to stun this jettison kelp. We're going to knock up this one. Oh, I don't have knock up anymore. Never mind. It's just a stun now. I'm getting more kicks in. Well handled by the healer here. Well handled by the healer. I'm gonna do some damage to the emissary. Stuns go out on everything. Beautiful. Okay. Didn't handle that the best. I could have used more CC sooner, but it all works out. We have 7 minutes left on fatigue, so it's gonna be probably for the last boss. Honestly, with the speed that we're doing this at, I think we're okay. Boss is gonna hop in here and be right on top of us, so I gotta be careful. I gotta make sure I'm the one that's closest to his hitbox, because I have seen people die to literally just standing too close and taking aggro, like taking body pull aggro right off the bat. There we go. Let's immediately just get as much of our stuff in as possible. I am paired to a friend here. Everybody knows that they need to go to the left. Everything you own in a box to the left. Even the healer is moving left with us, just to remove any confusion in case somebody goes down. Healer does have a little bit more freedom here. We're going to move to the left a little bit more here to avoid these waves coming through. We're avoiding the waves. The waves. You avoid the... You wave as they go by. Yes, very good. Sorry, my English is great sometimes. We got to move to the left here just to stack back up with everyone. I need to get my shield block back up. There we go. We move to the left again, as we discussed in our strategy meeting, which we did not have. I need to use a defensive here outside of my standard toolkit because I am just struggling to get rage for some reason. I just wasn't really focusing, so I couldn't figure out what I should be using to get that rage. I still have a bad habit of spamming revenge when I don't really need to, so that's something I should probably break. So far, so good. That really hurt. We're going to use a impending victory to make sure that we survive here by removing that heal absorb. We're going to taunt the emissary, make it move over towards us. Hello, emissary? Hello? Yes, thank you. Very nice. Thank you for joining us. We're going to move to the right this time around. Person with me has the same idea. Okay, we're paladin down, but we should be okay here. We don't have a CR, unfortunately, so we're going to have to just kind of wing it here. I moved to the right, even though everyone says move to the left. Kid came into the room sitting on my lap, a little distracted. Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. That's okay. It's an early Sunday kind of problem to have. Early Sunday morning. Well, it's not even early Sunday, it's noon on Sunday. So right though, our paladin was our lowest DPS, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Just means the healer is going to have to heal through more of these intermissions. I'm trying to... Oh, shit. Okay. Sludge Claw's coming through, so I'm going to use a shield wall here because I wasn't full HP to just handle it, to man mode it. All right, we got to move to the left. People are kind of yoinking each other together, but when they do manage to live, that was a little bit messy. I feel like we're a bit too close to that side, and I don't know what to do about it. We're going to move away to the left, and we're going to use a rallying cry here just to make sure that this is a little bit smoother for our healer. Trying my best to avoid these waves. I kind of parked this in the middle of all of it. We're bleeding members here, but I think we should be okay. One person won't get the pull together thing, and it's me, which is kind of shit. You were doomed by placement. My apologies if I placed you in a bad spot here, Demon Hunter, but I think we got this. 45 million. I think we can do it. We're going to run across the room here to stay away from those waves as much as possible. Ooh, it looks like we lost another person. That's okay. We're not bound to the priest right now. Sludge Claw's coming through. We should be able to live that just fine and recover with a impending victory. We are bound to our friend here, but that's okay. I think we can handle the last 30 million HP. I don't have a CR for a good long while now, but we're going to send our cooldowns here, and I think we got this. We're going to have to move to the right healer because otherwise we're going to get screwed by these waves right here. Healer is dipping low. He did die now. It's all down to me for the last 15 million HP. We're going to try and get these shield charges out. We're going to use big defensives here and then bounce back with some self-healing. Trying to get these shield slams out. I didn't get them out during the thing. Mr. Warrior, you got this. They believe in me. They believe. Execute's coming in and big. I'm just going to give him a smiley face. That boss still sucks, even after all the changes. It is still a bitch. It's just that you have to dodge very dangerous projectiles while also while also healing a shit ton, which makes it difficult for the healer. I'm going to ping here so we all stack up these bubbles. Our healer is drinking. Let's go. We all stack up for the first set of bubbles. First set of bubbles is about to go down, and then we're going to move over to the other side. There we go. That keeps it nice and safe and simple. You just stack and you should be good. I can use a spell reflect here to reflect the first stack of the dot onto bubbles, or deflect. I'm not sure which one it is. But now we're waiting for the next set of bubbles, and then we're going to jump over to the side as soon as we can, like so. Make sure everyone's nice and safe. If we just keep stacking, it's really not that difficult. You can very easily avoid the bubbles that bubbles puts out. Another spell reflect's going to reflect one of the stacks of the dot, and it should be very nice. Now, I do have spear up. I'm probably going to try and save spear for the inspectors coming up in the next pull. And we move over just a little bit and we should be okay. I'm going to just eat this so people have a safe time getting through here. Perfect timing here. We're going to try and do this AoE taunt and get my defensives up. Beautiful. Love it if people actually... Oh, hold on. I need to actually put down the spear. Put down the spear. There we go. Spear is down. Inspector will get yoinked back when it jumps over. Not if I stun it and it doesn't jump before that. Dang it. I stunned it. I'm so stupid sometimes. I stunned it and then it didn't jump over because it was stunned, even though the ability was off cooldown. And then the spear ran out while they were stunned and it all just went to poop. But it's okay. We're making quick work of this this room, making quick work of this dungeon in general. We're just blasting through it, and I love to see it. We're gonna charge in, put up a stack of shield block, not shield wall. Get that ignore pain going, and now we can just rotate through it. We should have a whatchamacalls thingy with the stuff. What is this thing called? Violent Outburst was ready right there at the end. That's what I was trying to talk about. Oh man, I still don't know all the names of these abilities when I'm trying to commentate fully like I do right now. But we're making it work. People effectively avoiding the surprise inspections. You don't want none of that hitting you. It's kind of a bad time. I should be overlapping my what is this thing called? Demoralizing Roar and my Thunderous Roar all the time because they have the same cooldown right now. But we'll see how that works out. We want to get some kicks in on this. Get that shield block up. Beautiful. Use all of our offensives. I'm going to drop a spear down on them. I could avoid them, but they're just casting, so I don't really care about avoiding them. Spark Slam going down. I'm going to hold cooldowns here. I want the next group to die that little bit faster because they're kind of rough. We might be missing some percent here. I was trying to err on the aid of... stay on the side of caution. That's what I was trying to say. And so we have percent low. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry about that, guys. I was trying to not overpull earlier, and some of the skips I did definitely cost us a bit of time here, but we're going to be okay. We have some things to pull still in this area, so we should be okay. I'm going to rally here just to keep us safe, even though it might be useful for the next area. There isn't a huge amount of AoE there. It's just some spot healing between two targets mostly is what the biggest amount of healing is required for. A Disc Priest should not struggle, I think, on just the big damage rampy sort of section in the sense of during the intermission. So let's go do boss first. We have Lust available and everything, and then there might be a way to teleport back out. Somebody ran in and activated the boss. I can appreciate that. And you know how I said I was saving my cooldowns for that pull? I didn't use them for that pull, so now I have them for this. Either that or they were back up by the time we were ready for for this. So I don't know which one it is. You can make fun of me in the comments for it. I don't know. But my biggest challenge is right here, surviving this tank buster. This tank buster is absolutely brutal. So I'm going to be rotating defensives for it. We're going to use our trinket this time around. There we go. Trinket makes quick work of it. This person should move away so we don't get zapped. There we go. Beautiful. Now let's see where the orbs spawn in. We have plenty of pools to choose from because none of them were electrocuted, unlike the last time that happened. I'm just going to yeet myself over here, and I think that should take care of these. Now, there's no way for me to end up in the water back there. Trying to avoid this spark. We're going to demoralizing shout him for this thunder punch, along with a fresh ignore pain. That keeps me relatively safe. Let's heal up a little bit here. Trying to get that ignore pain going. There we go. I should be okay. He jumps over to the side of the room. I'm going to try and get over to him. Beautiful. Was able to do so. Now I have time to freely just damage him while the Disc Priest keeps us alive through the pulsing AoE. I don't have to worry too much about that pulsing AoE. For me, it's more about just waiting to get smacked again. We'd have 2 stacks of shield wall. I think that's enough to get us through the rest of the fight for all the thunder punches. Thunder punch is going to come up here. Long ass cast. Should be okay. Didn't have ignore pain, so I didn't cushion it as much as I would like to. But the shield wall did keep us safe through that. Demoralizing shout is up. We're going to use all of our defensives. The Demon Hunter could have used the defensive here. We're going to go over here and see how we can make that work. There is a Thunder Punch coming out soon. We do have a shield wall for it. We're going to freshen up this shield wall and we should be okay. This, I think, is the best way to handle this. Person has to step away. I think Rally can be used maybe for the next intermission. I think that'll be the way to do it. We have to run a little bit around the side, but so far this seems like the best way to do so. I'm going to use, well, Rally for this intermission is not going to happen because it happened too soon. And I don't think we need it by the end of it. Yeah, I now have Rally, but we're almost done and people look healthy. So we're going to go ahead and set up some defensives here. I do have another shield wall available thanks to the CDR we have on shield wall. So let's see. We're going to block this Thunder Punch with it. I do have the Trinket available as well. I should be very safe here. I'm going to use the Trinket just to keep myself perfectly safe. So this is your job as a tank here. Our Demon Hunter did go down. I think he gets to release. Can we talk to this guy to get teleported out? I think we use this. Or people want to pull stuff over there. Okay, never mind. I'm going to go with them. Never mind. There's a way to get to the entrance from there, but and I figured that would be easier than running here. 2 casters here enough? Okay. Let me grab that feather. Thank you. That is not enough, but we're going to run over to here. There's a bunch of contractors here and a bunch of casters. Just send all of your cooldowns and we should be okay. I'm going to rally here. People are dying. We do have CRs. I should try to stun these as much as I can. You just need big cooldowns and big heals here. People need to use defensives. Oh, this is a Holy Priest, not a Disc Priest. I just talked about him earlier about being a Disc Priest. It didn't really work. Probably not my best pull of all time. Really trying my best to make sure that this caster doesn't get as many things out as possible, but there's so many casters here. We need more interrupts. We need more need more everything. Need more Jesus. Stuns are coming through again. That's good. I'm going to shockwave them right now. Okay. These lightning bolts are hurting pretty bad. We have stuns coming out as well on our players because we can't manage the dispel spam. And there we go. I am so sorry. Usually I have over percent, so I overcorrect. I'm just telling people that I usually have over percent, so I overcorrected. It could have been a 2-star if I hadn't messed that up. That was my bad. The routing was my bad, and the choice of pull there at the end was also my bad. I think we could have avoided the electricians and just pulled the group in the back, and it would have been a lot safer. And this is literally the best thing I could have gotten from this dungeon, which is this cloak with haste. I really needed a cloak with haste because mine has only crit verse, and I freaking love this. So we have a new cloak. So that's a nice upgrade. But yeah, this group absolutely blasted, and I feel like I did okay too damage wise. I might have done more as Colossus, but I felt less burdened by managing my ignore like my big stacks and whatnot. Maybe Mountain Thane is the way to go. I think I underutilized my offensive cooldowns, especially at the start of pulls, and I kind of let people get smacked by things because I try to get everything grouped and then I use my offensives as if I'm a DPS, but I should really start using offensives just to maintain aggro. I think I should treat them more as aggro tools and less as, you know, whatever else I've been using them as, I don't know, as DPS tools, I guess. But let's take a quick look at our uptimes. I think I did okay. Let's find out. Lower ignore pain uptime, but just about the same with shield block. So I think this is okay. I mean, it's lower than that one really good run that I had, but I've seen runs where my ignore pain has been like 70%, which is too low, as well as shield block around 70%. I feel like I managed my rage a little bit better with this build. I like it. I don't know. I might just swap between each as I see fit. Luckily, the stat priority does not change due to the fact that our tier set relies on us having about 25% crit, or at least 20 or something like that. You want crit so that when you are when Luck of the Draw is active, your shield slam basically always crits and reduces the cooldown of shield charge. Now, I personally don't really handle this Luck of the Draw perfectly. What I need a bar telling me like, hey, you've got this much time left on Luck of the Draw, just so I notice that I actually have Luck of the Draw active. Because right now, the way Luck of the Draw appears for me is there's a thin outline glowing around my shield slam and my shield charge. So that is not always noticeable to me immediately, but if a big bar counting down shows up, I might be able to know the stat depending on how cognitively loaded I am. But that was a +8 whatchamacallits Floodgate. Why is it showing up as +8 Floodgate? I think there's some issues with this where the timer has been adjusted so it shows as us having a 2-star instead of a 1-star. We finished it with 1 star, but this is showing 2-star. I think the same applies to Dark Flame Cleft. I think our actual best run is a 1-star, not a 2-star. Yeah, look at that. So I think even the workshop is also a 1-star because it's giving me the same rating as these. And then 2 stars like Sacred Flame actually have 288 rating, which is 6 rating more or 7 rating more. So I think this is inaccurate, but my rating here is accurate and the rating here is accurate. It's just a different star values. Anyway, too many 2 stars. We just have Theater of Pain left, and that's something I'm probably going to do on a stream on Monday or something like that, or maybe I do it as my first +10 just to torture myself, because I've been having some horrible Theater of Pain runs. On the stream last night, Jesus, so, there were some interesting runs, let's put it that way. We had a run where a Fury Warrior was doing 800k DPS overall, and just, I think they just were not pressing their buttons enough. I don't know. The damage breakdown was a little bit weird. They didn't have enough Raging Blows cast. They cast a lot of Executes because they were running Slayer, and it just felt weird. It felt like there was something they weren't pressing enough. They were also pressing too much Whirlwind. They had a bunch of reapplications, almost as many reapplications as applications, so I think they just spammed it a bit too much. But yeah, they were underperforming severely and dying on every boss fight, so I think we just didn't end up, I think we ended up finishing it but not timing it, so I had another untimed run. But yeah, we're gonna look at Theater of Pain in the next run, or in the next video, and definitely on the next stream. But this is pretty much it for this episode. If you enjoyed it, drop a like, let me know what you liked about it in a comment down below. If you had fun, make sure you subscribe because there's more episodes coming. And if you want to see what happens between these videos, you can check out the stream. I stream on both YouTube and Twitch, but I do pay more attention to Twitch chat, so check that out if you want to. You can find it on twitch.tv/definitely_not_Vlad. But as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Gut Shield hitting you with the moves. God damn, look at him. Go Gut Shield. Go Gut Shield.